Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
A pleasant day ahead to all. I am Berahima Baragir, the assigned one to discuss what's all about the Marcos Agrarian Reform Program and the promises and contradiction.
Agrarian Reform Effort under Marcos Part 1.
Ferdinand Emmanuel Adralon Marcos. Primary source: the declaration of the policy under RA number 3844 or the Agricultural Land Reform. And now, before striking up straight to the topic, let's throw some important questions. What does agrarian reform means? Where and when did this reform started? Why did the late President Marcos establish in our country? Is the agrarian reform relevant to the infamous martial law? The key question that I mentioned earlier will be tackled in this topic later. Amy Marcos. Technocrats. To begin with, isa sa mga maiinit na pagpapalitan ng usapang between Amy Marcos at mga advocate na technocracy or the so-called technocrat. Kung ang Pilipinas daw ba isa sa mga naging rice exporting country noong martial law. Naungkat muli ang legacy ni late President Ferdinand E. Marcos. Regarding sa agrarian reform, lumutang ulit ang mga katanungang kagaya na lamang na
Did the Philippines really achieve sufficiency in rice production to the point that we had surplus and export the grain?
naging rason ito upang magsisuputan muli ang mga tanong na minsan o overlook kagaya ng lamang na.
First one, did the imposition of authoritarian rule and agrarian reform? Where or from what sector did position to agrarian reform come from? How is agrarian reform related to the Green Revolution? And lastly, what about the crops that were outside the purview of agrarian reform? So only by taking into consideration some of these issues and concerns can we have a better grasp of the topic and arrive at some conclusions at the end.
Ngayon, magsimula tayo sa pinagmulan at ba't ito itinatag. Ang topic about sa lupain ng Pilipinas o land reform in the Philippines ay laman na ng mga political debates. Noong pa mang Spanish colonial period na naglast noong People Power Revolution noong 1986. As of today, ang batas ng Pilipinas ay tinatawag na Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program na nag-carry out next to the revolution.
The late President Diosdado Macapagal.
Ito ay pinalawag recently up to year 2014 before it was called Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program. Tinawag mo na itong Agricultural Land Reform Code Republic Act 3844. Ang law na ito ay isa sa mga pangunahing batas patungkol sa lupain ng bansa na na-implement noong 1963 kay President Diosdado Macapagal. At noong September 10, 1971, si late President Marcos ay nagsumiti at bumagda ng Code na Agrarian Reform of the Philippines na naging batas ng establish ng DAR o Department of Agrarian Reform na pumalit sa Land Authority. The reason behind bakit tinatag ang agrarian reform is because of the bold attempts sa pag-modernize ng Philippine society.
Presidential Decree Number 27.
Now, let's proceed to the PD number 27 or the Presidential Decree number 27 Code of the Agrarian Reform of the Philippines. This became the core of the agrarian reform during the Marcos regime. Ang Presidential Decree number 27 na ito ay nagsumiti noong October 27, 1972. Nag-serve ito as the hallmark of the palatandaan ng agrarian reform program. Ang IRRI, International Rice Research Institute, ay nag-come up sa idea na miracle seed. As you can see, this is the miracle seeds. At ang motivate nito ay para sa maakit ang mga farmers or sa dominant trend. Ang batas na ito ay para sa farmers na nangungupa ng lupang sinasaka nila na hindi nila pagmamayari. Ang pwede lamang nilang marentahang lupa makultivate ay limit as 7 hectares lamang. O kapag naman may irrigation, 3 hectares lamang. at kapag wala ay 5 hectares naman. With the intervention of the said law, automatically, maibibigay sa tenant yung lupa pero magbabayad din siya ng kada harvest niya ng palay or mais. May ibabayad siya na ang halaga ay kikitain ng isang average farmer. As long as hindi pa niya nababayaran ang lahat ng settlement sa batas, then the land will remain as not his property. It was also stated in this law na hindi pwedeng ibigay lamang sa mga tenant ng farmer ang titulo ng lupa. Maaari lamang maging kanya ang titulo ng lupa kapag nakabayad na siya ng sapat na halaga po, depende sa agreement ng nagbenta or maaari ng lupa. Aside sa right para ariin ang land property, ang PD number 27 ay may iba pang 4 component. Sinusuportahan din nito ang services kagaya ng
Institutional development, physical development, agricultural development, and human resources. Institutional development includes formation or the creation of support organization. Physical development refers to the infrastructures. Then agricultural development refers to farm management services and technology. And for the last one, the human resources, which are the assets.
Now, let's proceed to the OLT or the operational land transfer.
It is orderly and systematic transfer of ownership of tenanted rice and corn lands, and also founded a program for farmers called Masagana 99.
Ayon sa programang ito, ang mga farmers ay pwedeng humiram galing sa bangko at bumili ng 3 hectares na kapirasong lupa at mga agricultural input. Meron ding samahang nayon na naitatag noon. Ang pagiging member sa samahang nayon ay isa sa mga requirements ng isang farmer beneficiary para makapag-issue ng Certificate of the Land Transfer. Samahang nayon ay isang pambansang cooperative system na may panukalang madaliin ang development ng countryside or rural areas. Ang objective program ng development program na ito ay
First, to prepare farmers to become better procedures. Second, to ensure timely payments of land amortization. Third, to enforce savings among farmers. Then, to encourage farmers to perform activities collectively. And last one, to develop marketing outlets for farm products. And summing it all up, walang ibang gagawin ang mga members kundi to learn, save, and practice discipline.
In addition, there are funds that were outlined in this program.
These were designed to give farmers a capital to engage in business. First one is the General Fund, which is intended to cover the expenses that may accrue in the performance of Samahang Nayon's functions. Then, the Barrio Saving Funds, which is the BSF, intended to purchase government equity in rural banks and has the choice to purchase shares of stocks and control the rural bank policies. And the last one is the Barrio Guarantee Fund or the BGF. It acts as a guarantee for land amortization payments by members to pay for insurance of all members and also to finance the establishment of full-fledged marketing cooperative in Samahang Nayon's units. For this topic, that will be all. Thank you. As of now, there's a newly signed RA number 11494 or the Bayanihan to Heal as One Act or the Bayanihan Law number 2. It features relief measures benefiting agrarian reform beneficiaries. Attorney John R. Castriciones, the Secretary of the Department of Agrarian Reform, stated that this includes loan condonation of interest payment and restructuring of principal obligations of ARBS. Kagaya sa mga litratong dumaan, hanggang ngayon ay patuloy ang layunin ng mga head officials na matulungan at maiangat ang kabuhayan ng mga magsasakang benepisyaryo ng programang agraryo ng ahensya.
That's all. Again, I'm Berahima Baragier, your presenter for today. Thank you.